What's up, everybody, and welcome to In Love with Horror. I'm AJ.
And I'm Kristie.
And y'all, as we always do on the weekends, this is our horror news live discussion. This is where we cover all the horror-related news over the past week. That could be horror movies, horror games, horror books, you name it, anything related to horror, y'all. We will cover it on this live news discussion. And it's been like a really good week for horror news.
Lots going on.
There's a lot of different things going on. You know, I'm sure you've seen the thumbnail, so you know we'll be talking about the Possession remake. There was like updates for like They Follows, Werewolf movies, the whole gambit. We'll be talking about all those things. So if you're already tuned in live right now, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you're watching on the replay, thanks for tuning in
the
replay. And throughout the stream for the live viewers, go ahead and put in chats. We love to, interact and communicate with the community as we're doing live. And if you're watching the replay, drop some comments about all these dope news stories that we'll be covering here for today's live news discussion. Now, typically we do these on Sunday, but I got to work tomorrow, so we're doing this a day earlier.
Yeah.
And shout out to our podcast listeners over on Spotify and Apple as well. Because our last
y'all
one,
showing out.
Yeah, they showing up because our last news one that we posted last weekend actually got like some decent coverage over on Spotify and Apple. So if you're watching on YouTube, we do post these on Spotify and Apple as well.
So you can listen on your way to work.
On the way to during your commute, or if you're just working out, or whatever the case may be.
On the way to church.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you're at the gym, whatever
doing.
You cooking, that's a way to consume our content as well. We do post a lot of our content over there on the podcast platforms at Spotify and Apple. So just shout out to everybody across all the different platforms viewing our stuff. Appreciate the support. We appreciate y'all. And with that, let's get into
what's up, Mike?
Covering this
Mike
news.
is in the house.
Mike's in the house. Hey, what's going on, Mike? Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Now let's go ahead and jump into the news, y'all. Or did you want to jump in anything else before we start?
Oh no, that's it.
Or you want to save all the housekeeping and
I mean it's up to you. However you want to do it. I'm with you, babe.
Oh, okay, cool. Hey,
you the drive. I'm just the passenger.
I did want to say one thing because it's Saturday evening for us.
Yeah.
We already kind of had that on the weekend sometimes you have that lunch/dinner. You eat in that weird hour where it covers all. Y'all, we had some Panda Express. I don't know if we got any Panda Express fans from the viewers, but I fuck with Panda Express heavy, and it was delicious.
It was really good.
That junk was hitting. So shout out to Panda Express.
You crazy.
I don't know if they sponsor podcasts and YouTubers and stuff. But hey, look, if someone from the Panda Express, a random team member marketing over there happens to come across our content, you do sponsorships. You want some black people to sponsor your Panda Express?
Oh my God,
we got you because I'm a big fan. Maybe they got a new item coming out. You want us to promo it? We got you over here.
You are ridiculous.
But yeah, Panda Express, y'all, that junk was hitting today. Beef and broccoli, orange chicken, fried rice, noodles,
my God,
the whole gambit. That's what I'm talking about. That Panda Express. But anyway, let's jump into the news, y'all. Let's cover the reason why you might have clicked on this, and that is the Possession remake, y'all. So there's a Possession remake coming, which is just crazy because it almost seems like this is one of those ones that people might not touch because it's very weird. Yeah. Right. So if you're not familiar, Possession is a 1981 film. It's like a weird sci-fi horror
I don't know what it is.
Thriller. It's like a cult classic, and it deals with it stars Sam Neill and
Isabel Adjani.
Yeah, Isabel Adjani. And man, they're going through a rocky ass relationship, and there ends up being infidelity, and then it gets super weird and aliens and all types of just weird shit. If you've seen the thumbnail, that scene from the thumbnail, if you've never seen the movie, that's a very it's one of the iconic scenes.
It is, but she kills the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, even Sam Neill's character is also equally good. I think did she win an award for that, or she was nominated or something like that?
Well, I think she won an award. I believe it was at the Cannes Film Festival for best performance.
Yeah,
it was something along that. Best actress at Cannes. So she didn't win any Academy Awards or anything like that. But I mean, she should have.
Well, yeah,
because this was a lot. And if you even read about Sam Neill and Isabel Adjani's experience filming this, they'll tell you it really fucked them up. It's a fucked up movie. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot.
I didn't realize it was such a had such an impact on their personal lives after filming.
It did. She even attempted taking herself out, I think a year after filming or something like that. But I believe this article that we pulled from IndieWire mentions it. And Sam Neill has done stuff in his memoir. He's talked about how badly this film affected them. So if you've never seen it, that kind of cues you in how fucked up this movie is. So it almost seems like this is one of those ones that they wouldn't remake.
But you wouldn't touch, yeah.
But there is a remake coming on. It's coming from Parker Finn, who is going to be the writer and director, and then one of the producers. If you don't know who Parker Finn is, Parker Finn actually did. He wrote and directed Smile from 2022. And that's a film I love. Like I thought, I know you're not as big a fan.
No, you're alone in that one.
I thought Smile was I thought it was so dope. It felt very original. I love the filmmaking aspects of it. Like I like the way it looked, the audio and the sounds, the weird camera movements. Like even the opening shot of the movie is this weird rotation and with the weird audio that plays throughout the movie. I don't know. And they did a lot of sweeping shots that would be upside down.
I need to rewatch it again. But I feel like the first time I watched it, I was just like, nah. Because you hyped it up so much. So I was expecting it to be this great movie. And I was like,
I've watched this movie, I think, probably about 3 times.
You have.
And she'll tell you, Kristie will tell you, I don't really rewatch stuff like
not.
that. So that lets you know, there's something about Smile I just really appreciate. I was like, man, this is so different than what we're getting. And it just felt good.
And I think because of that, I can see why he's directing this film.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But if you've seen our thumbnail, we got Robert Pattinson up there, and that's because his production company is producing this film. And I can't really say the name of his production company. Something
it's weird.
Icky Eno Arlo or something like that.
That.
I'm sure I'm butchering it. But he'll be one of the producers. It's not confirmed yet if he'll be starring in it. He's a dope actor, so he could definitely do it. The Sam Neill part, I'm telling you, he could do it.
Yeah.
You think so?
I don't think he can't do it.
But you want to see somebody else?
I think I would.
Oh, okay. I think he's the perfect he's an attractive dude, but he's also got a weird characteristic to him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You don't think he is?
Not to me. I feel like
women are going crazy for Robert Pattinson.
He's not my type of person. But I'm sure there's I'm sure there's people that do find him attractive.
I thought people found him attractive because I feel like
I'm sure that they do. I'm talking about me personally. I don't personally, but and I don't speak for everyone, every woman.
Yeah. Does he look better than Sam Neill did when Sam Neill filmed this?
No.
Really? Interesting. Okay.
Young Sam Neill
compared to Robert Pattinson.
Yes.
In this little.
Yes.
No, Robert Pattinson got some better photos than this. Okay, it's different. There's different photos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's okay if I read some comments.
Yeah, go ahead.
So King Nikki TV, who we're actually going to be on her channel later on this month. She's doing a panel, but she said, I'm not as against remakes like most. I hope they get a great team together for Possession. You are also not against remakes.
No, if they tackle it right, I'm not against it.
Yes, exactly. Mike said, I feel like not enough people knew about it because you couldn't find it and Shudder took it on and gave it a new life. So I got to blame Shudder for this remake.
Yep.
Yeah, I do think it was kind of like a niche film for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we had the recent 2 films, Immaculate and The First Omen. And every time someone talks about those 2 films and those scenes where the stars really shine, they compare their performances a lot to Isabel
we did the same thing in our review. That shit felt like it was straight from Possession in The First Omen.
Yes,
she killed that shit too.
Exactly. Jay Lane, she also won a Caesar Award for Best Actress, which is a French Oscar equivalent. So
dope.
Definitely deserved because that performance was insane.
Well deserved.
Oh my, I love Smile, one of the top movies of the year of that year for me. That's the only time. I think that's the only movie you and Mike agree on.
We agree. See, Mike, we're on the same page now.
With that one.
Yeah, that got us some points back. You know what I'm saying? And for those that don't know, Mike usually disagrees with it's like the opposite of what we feel like for different
all
stuff.
The time.
But that's the one thing that we definitely got common ground on because Smile is fire.
Yeah. Josh, the way Smile looks would be cool for Possession. Yeah. So I was thinking I feel like he has the right vibe for that type of movie.
Yep.
all the surreal moments and the hallucinations for sure.
Absolutely.
AJ, like, young Sam Neill is hot. Yes. Current
Really?
Sam Neill is not.
I gotta
agree.
say,
young Sam Neill, yes.
I don't
for
see
sure.
it. I really don't. I don't be get. I swear I don't be getting y'all sometimes. I'm like, really? Young Sam? All right.
That's it. Well, thanks to all of you all also for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for those. Show. Yeah, thanks for those chats, y'all. Appreciate that. But yeah, they also got one person we didn't mention yet. And I got to see if I can find the name on here. I don't know if we had it in the notes too. I'll try to pull it up real quick. It was Roy Lee. So Roy Lee was a producer on Barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
So Roy Lee will also be helping out and producing this Possession remake as well. Barbarian was a very also super original film that I thought was pretty dope. I feel like once you know what's going on in that movie, it kind of loses some of the like horror aspect. But I'm gonna tell you something though. Before the reveal, like Barbarian got to be one of the scariest movies.
Mm-hmm.
Up until you know what's happening, like it felt very intense.
I haven't
on
seen
the scare
that one.
level. Oh, you got to watch it, baby, because like before the reveal happens,
mm-hmm.
your anxiety gonna be up because you like what, like it's scary as fuck. Now once you know what's happening, you're kind of like, oh, okay, it's still a good movie.
Yeah,
and it gets weird. It gets
right.
real weird. People who've seen it know what I'm talking about. Barbarian gets weird. But hey, don't put spoilers in the chats though, y'all, because she ain't never seen it.
No, I haven't seen it.
We gotta let her experience.
Mike said
the weirdness.
Smile and Barbarian influences for Possession. Sign me up. Okay,
100%.
so he's with that. He's with that.
But one thing we hadn't mentioned yet is that studios are in a bidding war right now to try to secure this Possession remake. We got A24, Netflix, Paramount, Sony, and Warner Brothers engaged in the bidding war right now.
Yeah.
From what I read, they haven't actually done a script yet or anything like that. They must have just had just a really good pitch, a really good pitch deck for this in terms of what's the potential.
Yeah.
And it must be really good.
Got to be.
If even all these people are going crazy, I almost feel like A24 would be the best home because I feel like A24 would allow them to get real fucking weird.
I feel like between A24 and Sony.
Okay, yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And I feel like
please don't let Warner Brothers get it. I'm so ugh.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't let Warner Brothers
Mike
get
said
it.
Blumhouse better stay as far away as possible.
Yeah. No, we don't want none of that. But A24 and honestly even Netflix, I feel like Netflix typically allows the creators to really go crazy.
Do they?
I feel like they do.
I guess.
I mean, we just watched. We'll get into it after the show, but we just watched the first episode of the Nightmares and Day. That shit got weird.
It does get weird.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Yeah.
Neon. I agree with Neon.
Oh,
I would love for them
Neon
to get
would be
into
dope.
it. Yeah, but they weren't mentioned, and I'm just wondering
it's probably too expensive.
what the budget would be for it. Yeah.
That'd be a perfect home though.
Yeah. Plus, they have a whole lot going on right now. I imagine they're just not trying to add nothing else to their slate right this moment. But Neon actually would be honestly Neon got, a really good home
pool
for it.
And all that weird shit. So A24, obviously Neon's not in this, but out of that grouping between the ones I just said, A24 I think would be the absolute best home for this. Now, Parker Finn actually has a first look deal with Paramount, but weirdly the Possession is not involved with the first look deal. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
Unless maybe it's not. They're not putting it. Maybe they passed it up, thinking that it wasn't gonna be fire.
But they're in for the bidding though.
Well, that's true. Yeah. So
unless they had this idea out there before they had the look deal confirmed.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all let us know how hyped you are for.
Kelsey, sorry, she said. She feels like Netflix really has a hit with weird shows, but not as much as with movies. And yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, that's
which
good.
Is actually really weird, but I agree with that. Their shows are usually a lot more of the weird, like you're talking about.
That's true.
What we were talking about just now, it was a show versus their movies.
Yeah, Cabinet of Curiosities
within horror.
That shit got really weird too.
It does get really weird.
But yeah, let us know if y'all are hyped for the Possession remake. I'm actually. With the people involved, I'm actually kind of hyped for it.
I'm not saying hyped. I'm cautiously optimistic about it.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point with movies like this, it's good to, introduce it to a new audience, right? Get those younger people and see what kind of direction they can take it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you want to make sure it's a group of people that can take care of the story.
Yep.
Obviously, I don't think we'll ever get anything close to what that was,
right?
but with like you said, the people involved, I'm not like for example, David Gordon Green, when we found out that he was doing the Exorcist movie.
Oh yeah, I already knew.
We were always like,
I spoke. If you go, like, this is real shit. Yo. If you go back on our channel when the movie was coming out, I was saying it.
You did.
I was like, this movie's gonna be terrible.
You did. Well, it's not only terrible for us.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mike who loves it.
Well, yeah, I know Mike like it, but that movie is trash. But to your point though, I really hope that they keep this movie fucked up.
Yeah. Oh, it has to be.
You know, there's some. You know, hey. But
there was a lot of stuff that happened in that. Yeah,
with old girl and old buddy.
At the same time, it's like she talks about how that shit messed with her. So at the same time, like, can you do stuff that fucked up and it be okay?
You can. I mean, there's people out there making weird. Look at Saltburn. You know that movie.
Man, Saltburn.
That dude did some weird shit in that movie.
Well, the funny thing is, the weirdest stuff that he did because
he improv. I'm trying to tell you just got to find the people that's committed to doing stuff like that. Maybe he need to be involved.
Maybe so.
Yeah, I swear I can't remember. It's what's that dude's name? His last name started with a B.
Mike knows. I don't remember his name.
The dude from Saltburn. Like, what's that?
Oh, hey Corey says can't join in the chat because he's driving, but listening along. Hope all is well. Thanks for tuning in
on the drive.
Music and
Barry Keegan.
Yeah,
that's his name.
Barry.
That dude was doing crazy. some twisted weird stuff in Saltburn.
Mike said, "Yeah, y'all were wrong."
Oh yeah, for talking about The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jalen, yeah, we I couldn't remember his name either, but yeah.
Yeah, Barry Keegan. Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's jump to the next story here, and it's all about They Follows, which is the let me get the actual thing on here for y'all. They Follows. It's the sequel to It Follows. Now, Micah Monroe is she's an actress in Longlegs, right?
She is.
Yep, she's in Longlegs. So of course, Collider was doing an interview with her. Perry was over there at Collider was interviewing Micah, talking about Longlegs. Of course, they had to bring up They Follow, the sequel to It Follows, and Micah teased that it is more fucked up. And let me see if I can pull up the quotes here for y'all real quick. Get a little more specific. Here, and she said, hold up, y'all. Let me zoom in a little bit on my side because I can't see. But Micah was quoted saying, audiences are in for the ride of their lives as the sequel, talking about They Follow, is bigger and darker and more fucked up than the already twisted movie that came before it.
Crazy.
When I'm like, damn. See, that's what we just talked about. Yeah. Fucked up movies, possession. Now we're talking about.
Well, It Follows was pretty effed up. They had some fucked up scenes in there. So I'm imagining like, where are they gonna go with this one?
But no, I'm glad to hear it's the same guy. What's Buddy's name? David Robert Mitchell. It's the same dude returning to direct this sequel. They Follow. And it's just cool. He's just amping it up. I think of it like a Terrifier situation, right? Where dude just keep amping it up every movie. So that's what we're gonna see here with the It Follows sequel. It Follows a super dope.
It was
a very original movie.
I love the concept.
It's a cool concept. Yeah. And had a lot of creepy scenes. A lot of obviously weird scenes, and it's a weird moral dilemma. It covers all that range of shit. So it's cool about to just take it to the next level, make it more fucked up. I'm sure that given the times, right, we're gonna see like probably some weird shit with like dating apps, and
it's gonna be cool.
I'm sure it's gonna get real crazy. Oh yeah,
that would be really cool.
What I'm saying? But yeah, this is exciting. Is there anything else you want to add to this one?
Oh no, I'm just looking forward to it because I think it's not till probably a while before we get this, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, because it hadn't started shooting yet.
No,
right?
It hasn't started filming.
Yeah.
I think they do have a script and all that kind of stuff. Because I think that's what she's basing it off of, the script. Okay. She's already read it, and that's how she feels about it. So looking forward to it. That's all I gotta say.
Oh yeah, 100%. I agree. There ain't really much more to add to that, y'all. But just know that They Follow is about to get crazy. And I do want to make a comment though. It says They Follow.
Yeah. So
we got to see like multiple versions of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That that shit would get crazy.
Yeah.
If we got like a bunch of them things rolling around, and it goes like viral or something, like a virus like multiplying or something. I don't know.
That would be cool.
Like maybe somebody has like a threesome and then it like hits two people at once. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an orgy or something crazy as fuck like that. You know what I But hey, y'all let us know if you're hyped for They Follow, the sequel to It Follows, where you're a fan of the, that first film, and what ideas do you think they could do for They Follow? I think it's got a lot of potential to get real weird. Now, speaking of Michael Monroe, let's jump into, her upcoming movie, Longlegs,
which I'm hype about.
Yeah, so the marketing team for Longlegs has been working overtime. Like, they've been going crazy with this shit. If you go back to when they were dropping those like teasers that were just kind of like clips and with the weird audio, like analog audio.
Yep.
And, they had like the victim like tapes or whatever, and it was super creepy. Like, everyone was going crazy because it was like creepy. Really like, man, this don't even make me feel right. You know what I'm saying? Well, we want to talk about some more marketing that they've done for Longlegs. So the first one the main one that they did was a cryptic ad in the Seattle Times. And when did that come out?
Like the other day.
It was yesterday?
Yeah.
So I think it was yesterday. They put a cryptic ad in the Seattle Times that led fans to discover a website called thebirthdaymurders.net. And it's an official viral marketing site for Longlegs. And I got this article pulled up here who actually had like an image of the Seattle Times. So there it is. It's like some Zodiac killer type shit. Like, it's just a cool concept.
It's super cool.
That and for our listeners who aren't watching, like I just pulled up the image of the actual newspaper that's got like the weird like codex type shit on there that people were able to decode and then get to the marketing website. Now, on that marketing website, it's depicted as a in-universe of Longlegs website that details the victims of the serial killer known as Longlegs, which is played by Nicolas Cage in the movie.
I'm so excited to see him as a serial killer.
It's perfect casting.
Yes.
And the killer is described as a Satan-worshipping psycho who has terrorized families throughout the Pacific Northwest for nearly 3 decades. Crazy. And for people who don't know, Pacific Northwest is notorious for serial killers. Like, motherfuckers was going ham over the last 50 years or so up in the PNW. Now, the website was also loaded with a lot of secrets and clues and gruesome, like, fake, crime scene photos. But it was just cool, man. I like when, and I'll scroll to those photos right here. You can't really see much, but we ain't trying to show, everything up here on the live. But I like when marketing teams kind of get creative with, drawing attention to the film. And I feel like this is a cool way to do it. It takes you all the way back to when, Blair Witch Project came out in 99 or whatever. 99. And they were doing like the websites and motherfuckers thought it was real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it reminds me of that, but now in the modern age. And a lot of companies have been trying to do it. Like, I just spit all over my microphone thing here. But a lot of companies have been trying to do that viral marketing shit with, think about The Strangers, where they had like The Strangers popping up like in different locations and stuff.
That was too cool for them to have such a whack ass.
Yeah, it's like, look, well, it's not like they know, right? Obviously, people that made it thought it was dope.
I know.
So they're like, but yeah, you kind of almost feel like, hey, look, if your movie's trash, like, then we going extra, get us all hyped. Like, oh man, these marketing ideas are so dope. Like,
but yeah, to your point, you do have to get creative, and these viral marketing campaigns are really, notorious to get people in the seats. And I actually really love the way that they're marketing this one because they're not giving you everything up front. Now, I haven't watched the most recent trailer, so I'm intentionally avoiding it. But I've heard people say that...
I did avoid it too. Yep.
I heard people say that it still doesn't give away too much.
Oh, okay. That's good.
But I'm just not watching it myself.
Well,
but
you're going to have to see it at some point because I'm going to go to the movies.
When are we going to the movies before it comes out? What else comes out before that?
I thought Trap came out before this, or it doesn't. It was after.
Oh, yeah, it does. So we
it's
might end up seeing it then.
It probably will be.
Okay.
Yeah. It's going to be hard to avoid it, I'm sure. I think there's some other stuff before this too. But
okay. Well, either way, I still like the way they have been very strategic in how they've been marketing this. Mike said he was hyped for Longlegs. Actually, everybody is hyped for this one. Kelsey, Jay Lane, everyone's hyped for this one. Mike mentioned Blair Witch Project and how happy he's about going back to website marketing because it's super cool. And this whole like idea of decoding things, like people putting their time in to try to like figure shit out like that, that's super cool.
It's cool.
Hella Zodiac killer coded. Yep, exactly. Oh, Evil Lives in the building. What's up, you guys? I appreciate you guys stopping in. Tyrone and Jaleesa. Oh yeah, Smile's viral marketing campaign was really good too. How they were like had the people in like random places smiling outside.
Yeah, they had like at baseball games and shit like that. Yeah, that, super random. That was actually really cool. I agree. That was cool.
So, but this stuff is awesome for getting people invested in the story,
right?
And that's what they're doing really good right now.
Oh yeah, like the whole timeline of marketing has been excellent. Just gets you more hype for Longlegs, and I think Longlegs has the potential to be one of our favorites. I think so. Year.
We've had some. I've seen a couple people coming out with
Oh, because that's right. They've done reviews now. Actually,
and I've heard it's really, really good.
So. Do they have any of those on Rotten Tomatoes yet?
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't think they have the.
Like they don't have the thing on Rotten Tomatoes yet.
I don't think they have the free range to give all that yet. But we'll see. Let me see.
Oh wait. So Rotten Tomatoes now.
They got 9 reviews up there.
Has 9 reviews on there right now, and it's sitting at 100%.
Ooh.
Damn. But it's only 9. But still.
It's still quite a bit.
That's excellent.
Tyrone said didn't really vibe with Smile, but I give the sequel a shot. See? Well, most of the time I feel like me and Tyrone are on the same wavelength anyway.
He likes Skin Marink though.
Oh, okay. No, we're not on the same wavelength then. But
damn, Tyrone, how you not like Smile? I feel like you like Skin Marink. Well, no, I mean that's 2 different types of movie, but I'm thinking of like the invisible
right.
in that movie. You know what I'm trying to say? Like the concept of it. Different types of movies, but like conceptually. But I don't know. I thought Smile was dope. Like, man, I love that movie so much. Even when I went to the theater watch, I was like, damn, this shit is hard. I don't know why. I liked it a lot. I thought that shit was so
back to
fire.
Longlegs. Osgood Perkins is the director. Now he did Hunt on Gretel and Hansel, which I really liked.
Yeah, I think critically, but was that received? I don't think so. Was it?
Forget the critics. That shit was good. I think he does creepy really good. And that was a creepy movie.
Yeah, he does vibes good. Okay, so it was 62%.
That's not too bad.
Damn, look at the
audience score was 23%.
That's what it was. I remember people kind of like not really feeling this movie. Yeah.
He said the acting in Smile was questionable.
I mean, I could see where you're coming from with that. There were some moments I could see that. But yeah, so
and I haven't seen the Black Coat's Daughter, but I heard that was good.
Yeah, it's crazy because I feel like both Osgood Perkins movies of Black Coat's Daughter and Gretel and Hansel, like they're not like mega good movies. Mm-hmm. In the terms of like critical and audience reception alike. So it's crazy that this next one being Longlegs is like getting hyped like crazy, like this like almost like really almost story. Almost like this is that one that's gonna propel him to
Jay Lane said that's level. One of her their favorite horror movies. So I haven't even seen this one.
What, Black Coat's Daughter? Mm-mm. Okay.
Well, it's got a good rating, 75%.
Yeah, with the critics. Audience was 51%. They weren't really feeling it as much, but yeah, we gotta watch those. We'll watch Black Coat's Daughter. We watched Gretel and Hansel before. Yeah. But yeah, like we said, Nicolas Cage is playing the serial killer. Michael Monroe is playing an FBI agent who's trying to track down Nicolas Cage. But Longlegs comes out in theaters July 12th. We can't wait to see that jump. Is the tickets on sale yet? So we can get our seats? I doubt that. Oh, probably not.
We can check though.
Yeah, we gotta cop the seats for that too. Let's go ahead and jump into our next story. Well, before that, for anyone watching the replay, drop in the comments if you hyped for Longlegs, and if you checked out that viral marketing site as well.
Yeah.
Now let's get into some like crazy disappointing news. I don't even want to talk about it. This film was fucking cursed, y'all. We're gonna be talking about Blade. Now, somehow, Blade lost another director.
Another one.
Another one. I don't get it. But let's get into it. Is it Domingue or Domingue?
I'm not really sure.
Domingue is best known to date for directing acclaimed television series Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
And he was the second director on the project.
Second director.
Marvel Studios' Blade. And he's now left the project. Now they did say that it was amicable. Like they parted ways on good terms.
That's what they said.
That is what they say. But it definitely feels like one of those creative differences type.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking it was.
But yeah, so he left the project, and now that they actually have the veteran Marvel writer Eric Pearson. He recently worked on the Fantastic Four script that's coming out. And I guess he's doing some script reworks for the film. And now if you think about all the people that's been involved working on the script,
a lot.
We've got Michael Starbury, Nick Pizzolatto, and Michael Green, who have all worked on previous drafts of the script, and now they brought in Eric Pearson to work on drafts too. Now Mahershala, he's still on board to star in this movie.
I'm surprised he's still hanging on.
Yeah.
Jay Lane also commented, Mahershala needs to quit this movie already. Think of the jobs he's probably had to give up because he thought he'd be filming this soon. Yeah, so true. Mike said, my heart sank. Like, at this point, they need to stop talking about Blade until it comes out. That's what I feel like. It's just like, let's just, y'all do y'all work and don't even bring it up no more.
Yeah. But I mean, this shit is like, it just doesn't make sense to me, right? Like,
it doesn't. Why
is this project just having like so many issues? And so Marvel, of course, they put out like a statement. I don't recall who said this, but they were saying like getting Blade right is much more important than getting the film out. And just some extra tidbits. The studio is now looking to release just 2 films per year, which gives the team at Marvel Studios some breathing room to like work on this before having to push it out. Now Blade was set to release next year on November 7th. Now is that still gonna happen? Who knows? But and I think you pointed out that didn't they recently say that they just started filming or some shit like that too?
I feel like it was maybe a month or 2 ago.
I can't really remember.
I can't remember either. But they had said that they had started filming this. Like, so what's really going on? I'm sure they probably figured they weren't going to have this trouble right now when they said that. And maybe they were like gearing up to get started on stuff. Or maybe they started the process and then the things just didn't work out the way they thought it was going to work out. But
now, the only thing I could think of for them to have to go back is maybe, they've had a lot of plans that have changed in terms of like the overall like big picture phase story for the Marvel movies.
They
right?
have, yeah.
So maybe some shit shifted and they're like, oh shit, now we gotta like, rewrite Blade a little bit to fit in with this new narrative that we've built for the next phases of Marvel.
I don't know.
By the way, it's disappointing because man, this movie has been talked about since 2019.
2019.
God damn, that's crazy.
That's ridiculous.
That's what, 5 years?
5 years.
They've been discussing this movie. And it's still not coming out. Look, Mahershala Ali ain't getting no younger.
No.
Dude still looks great.
He does.
But like, we want some longevity. I want him to be able to play him for at least another 10 years.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like,
we need some more after that. King Nikki TV, I don't want a Blade remake. Just leave it alone. My bad juju is working.
Oh, come on, man. Like,
I don't know. Potential. I want to see Mahershala Ali as Blade.
Hell
like,
yeah.
ever since, you put that image in my head of Mahershala Ali playing damn Blade. Like,
that's perfect casting.
Perfect. It's so perfect. That's the only reason why I'm still hanging in here is for Mahershala Ali.
You know how hard Mahershala Ali is, especially if he playing in Blade.
Jay Lane, if your movie has been in development since before the pandemic, you gotta let it go.
Nah, we can't let this one go. But now, one thing I will say though, it is scary to think that they've had like 4 different versions and 4 different people come work on this script,
and we still got.
It makes you cautious.
It does make you cautious.
Yeah.
Because at this point, it's like, what are we gonna get?
Yeah.
It's not gonna. I don't know. It's really disheartening.
I still want it though, because I just think it has potential to be so fire.
It has potential to be fire, and we can only hope. But God knows.
And I think it's just a situation of they trying to like make sure it fits in with the larger story. So they got to.
But does Blade need to fit in with the larger story?
Yes, because I want him to be.
Like, they just have their own separate thing.
When they do like, I think when they do Avengers, what they on 5 or whatever. When they do like, fucking, I don't even know what the movies are called no more. It was Kang Dynasty, Secret Wars. They probably changed the names.
Why does he's not an Avenger?
He can still be in the movie. Like, hey, look, when they talked about one of these new Avengers coming out, they said there's gonna be like fucking 60 characters involved fighting and shit like that. I want one of them to be Blade.
I remember seeing Blade in theaters at like 10 years old. Wesley is Blade.
Oh yeah,
Well, of course he is, but still, I don't know. I just really want to see Mahershala.
I want to see him do it. I think it would be cool to have a modern like take on Blade with Mahershala in the suit.
Mm-hmm.
It would be dope, man.
Mike, we're gonna get Suicide Squad cringe. Ugh,
I hope not.
I hope not.
That would be all bad if it. But maybe that's why Marvel's taking so long, because they know like
Maybe
look,
so.
They like, these black people won't come for us. We fucked up.
Oh,
you know,
hell
fuck up
yeah.
Blade. You know what I'm saying?
They
Like,
can't F this up.
They can't. You know what I'm saying?
They cannot.
So, I hope they can figure it out. I hope they can get it right. I'm sure Mahershala Ali tired of this shit.
I imagine he has to be.
He gotta be. But I need for them to get it right, because I really do want to see Blade make it to the big screen and just be involved with, you know, more Marvel movies as they do all these like team up movies and shit like that. I would love to see it.
Yeah.
And I feel like the music would have to have the potential to go super hard too.
Yeah. Yeah. Music,
you know, get like
some like damn,
you know,
Black Panther. Remember the first one?
Yeah,
that
soundtrack
really
was
good.
fire. That soundtrack was crazy. Black Panthers, the first one, soundtrack was crazy, and then Across the Spider-Verse soundtrack is crazy.
Yeah. We
so
still play that.
If we go in those routes, shit, man, that what's it called?
We know, babe.
What's the name of the track though?
Hold on.
The Coi Leray track.
Y'all, what's her name again?
Coi Leray.
I know you know her name.
I know the song. Oh my is away from suburban town. What's the name of the song though?
I was feeling it. What? I don't think I spelled her name.
I can't remember the name of the song, but that shit was like, you know, Spotify does your like year roundup. I think that was like in my top 5 songs played.
What's the name of the song?
For the whole
it's
year.
I spelled her name wrong.
Yeah, it's
it
like
should be on
COI.
Yeah.
What's the name of that song?
It's called Self Love.
Self Love. That's it. Man, that shit was hard.
How's it go, babe? Sing it again.
I ain't gonna sing it again, but but that song fire as fuck. But my point is, Blade can have that vibe of having a dope soundtrack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want Blade to be like at that level where I want to play the soundtrack in the car, like the Across the Spider-Verse soundtrack.
Right.
But yeah, I need Blade to come out. And you're right. Hey, look, the Wesley Snipes Blades, that trilogy is classic. Mm-hmm. And they got more goofy as it went on. Like, I think it was the third one. It was either the second one or third one when Blade had that dude pinned up on the car. He's like, and the dude, he's trying to get answers from him. He's like, oh, they're gonna kill me. He's like, motherfucker, I'm gonna kill you. Like, shit, like, it got real hilarious. But that first one is classic.
It is.
You know, the club, the blood rage.
Everybody talks about that scene.
That scene is fire.
That music is fire.
Yeah, it was. It was just dope, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's some real cool, like, fire 90s shit. But y'all let us know if you think, 1, Blade is still going to happen, and 2, can they figure this shit out?
I hope so.
And then, can it still release next year?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know at this point, but hopefully it can still release next year. I really want to see Blade. Now let's jump into our next story, y'all. We're talking about a film from 2015 that was on Netflix, and that's Circle, y'all. So Circle is getting a sequel all these years later. Now, if you don't remember Circle, right? And here's a picture from the film, and if that don't jog your memory, then you got to just go back and rewatch it. 'Cause that's iconic imagery right there with all the people standing, you know, in the circle or whatever. But the premise of the film was about 50 strangers trapped in a room and forced to decide who would be the one survivor through a series of votes and debates about the worth of each human life. And you know, it came out in that era of films that were dropping on Netflix a lot. It was kind of like these, like, I'm gonna call them like social experiment movies. You know what I'm saying? That came out within like 5 years of each other, like Circle.
Was it called Cube? No.
What
was the name of that?
The Floors one?
The Floor. Is it called The Floor?
Nah.
No, it's not called The Floor. But
I know you're talking
like
about
different levels.
Yeah, I know
inside
you're talking
of it.
about. I can't remember what the name of that was called.
That one.
But they had like Belko Experiment. They had like a bunch of other like weird like social experiment like horror thrillers. And this was one of them that was actually like interesting and creative and dope. But there was a ton of them. Exam was another one, I think it was called.
I don't remember that one.
That one was cool too. But anyway, Michael Nadelli, who starred in Circle, and then Brent Stifle, they're all reteaming to produce
Platform. Thank you, Mike.
Oh, Platform. Yeah. They're all reteaming to produce the sequel. And Devin Gray, who worked on Nope.
No, he was the dude with the motorcycle helmet on.
That was him.
Yes.
Oh shit. Oh, okay. I didn't know he acted in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was that guy in Nope, and then he wrote I See You.
Do you remember I See You?
Which one was that?
That was the one where like it was like, what was that woman? The woman from Twister, and like her and her husband were like,
I don't remember
going through they had that platinum looking mask with the eyes.
platinum mask with the eyes.
Remember there was that one scene.
I had to pull it up.
Okay.
Oh man, this was a good one.
Yeah, he wrote that. Yeah.
That shit got crazy.
It was a crazy movie.
I forgot
it was
about
the
this.
husband was like having an affair, or they thought he was having an affair or something like that. No, she was having an affair. The mom was having an affair, and the son knew about it or something.
Well, yeah, we can't talk about it in details.
I know I'm not giving away too much. That's basically the premise. Someone was having an affair, and the son was blaming the mom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But man, yeah, this one was.
Put that mask on the screen. See if anybody remembers this movie.
Okay, hold on. Let me bring it up. Give me 1 second, y'all.
But yeah, he wrote. So the guy who's writing this wrote this movie. And if you haven't seen ICU, definitely go watch it. That shit's wild.
All right, I think I got it now. There we go.
Yeah,
I see you. This one right here.
Yeah, that was a good ass movie.
Yeah, this movie right here was.
Mike has seen it. Of course, you've seen it, Mike. But yes, that shit was wild.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the hell was going on in this movie.
Yep. For a job, the policeman investigates the case of a missing boy. Yep. Yeah, I remember this one now.
Well, yeah. So same writer. So I think that'll be really good.
Yeah, that would be good. This movie was weird.
He has a good way of telling stories.
Yeah, this movie was this was a dope ass movie. I forgot how we even watched it. I know you're the one that brought it up. I was like,
did?
Yeah, there was
I thought you did.
No, you brought up this one.
Oh.
We watched this like wasn't it last year? We watched this for the first time.
Okay, so it was me. I don't
yeah,
remember.
You brought it up. I don't even know how you found out about it, but you're the one that brought it up.
I don't remember.
But it was dope though. Yeah, I see.
Good.
So it's definitely. Now I know he wrote that. It's definitely cool that he'll write this Circle sequel.
Yeah.
And they didn't. I don't think they gave out any details about the sequel to this, but I think it's cool that they're going back to like old projects. You know, that was all these like weird creative projects that came out back in the the more earlier days of Netflix when they were experimenting with different stuff and all these different types of films came out. So this is definitely going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it, and we'll see as more details come out how this will develop. But y'all let us know if you're excited for a Circle sequel and did you like the 2015 Circle movie. Let's go ahead and jump into another interesting story. This is from Warner Brothers, and it's all about some dates, y'all. So
trash.
Because the date changed. Yeah, so Warner Brothers has pushed up the release date for Trap, and they also announced dates for 4 other projects as well. So the new date for and I said I made a mistake earlier. Trap is not coming out before.
It is not.
It's coming out in August. For some reason, I thought it was earlier than that. But Trap was originally coming out on August 9th, and now it's coming out on August 2nd. And you made a point of saying that August 2nd was also when which movie came out? Cuckoo comes out.
Yeah.
And you made a good point too, where you said that it's weird they moved it up a week because
the week that it was coming out,
there was nothing.
There were no other contenders against this movie.
Yeah.
I think the biggest movie coming out that week is the romance, and you don't know nothing about it, but It Ends With Us. I think that's a really popular romance movie, but I don't see why that movie would have any bearings on Trap.
Right.
Because it's 2 separate genres. But anyways, I don't really agree with this move. I would like to know why they decided to move it up.
Yeah, I don't know. Especially if there's nothing else around that weekend.
Right.
I don't get why you would bump it.
And I can't remember who it was that said this, but I mean, you don't want to put 2 horror movies out on the same weekend anyway, because then, one of them obviously is going to monopolize the other one. And since Cuckoo is such a small indie film, I really wanted to see it do good,
Yeah.
And just because Trap is being directed by M. Night Shyamalan, people are going to flock to go see that one. Even if they don't like it, because people on the internet try to say they don't like it, they're still going to go see the shit.
Yeah, and give it a chance.
They are.
And the movie has an interesting concept anyway.
It does have an interesting concept, but I found an article.
You did.
That
you want to talk about
changed the game, okay? Because
I think this is important for everybody to know too.
Yes, because everyone has been talking about this, right? Like as soon as the news drops that we're going to get a new M. Night movie, everybody's like, "Ooh, what's the twist? I bet it's the daughter."
And people they read into the smallest details, thinking that they're bigger than what they are.
Yes,
and they
got a theory.
one of the keys in the trailer was like, I think it was in the trailer where they were like, a new entry in the Shyamalan universe.
Yes, that's
and
what it was.
People ran crazy with that
They
shit,
did.
trying to come up with theories.
Yes.
But you let people know what.
Okay, so yeah,
found out.
on one of these articles I found, there's the quote from the article. Don't expect a Shyamalan-esque twist in this one. A recent test screening of the film had an attendee emailing me that the only twist in the film was the one revealed in the trailer, which is the fact that this serial killer is being trapped by the police.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing else. It's mostly a straightforward cat and mouse thriller. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's super crazy because obviously you expect there to be a twist because of what he does.
Now, if this is true,
but that is kind of a twist. It's just that we already know what the twist is.
Right. Well, what I was gonna say was, if this is true, I feel like if this can somehow make it to the mainstream,
oh yeah,
of people knowing it's not a twist, I think it will help this movie, right? Because most people will go in expecting the twist.
Yeah.
And if nothing happens,
yeah, they'll be like,
oh man, like there's no twist. Like that's disappointing. You know what I'm saying? So like, I thought you gotta set the people
expectations.
Set the expectation. Hey, look, y'all. Like Shyamalan need to do an interview being, hey, look, there's no mega twist.
You know he's not gonna say that.
Obviously he's not. But I feel like it would help set the expectation so you can have a better reaction to your film, at least from the audience, the casual moviegoers. Yeah. Because people are gonna expect it. I was expecting it with the watchers. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, that premise sets it up better for a twist.
It does.
But the thing I was going to comment on, right, is a lot of people saw Shyamalan's involvement in the watchers and they weren't feeling that. So I was wondering, could that hurt this movie? And so you got these two horror movies on the weekend.
But
right?
those people still went to see it.
Yeah, but I'm saying now that they've watched one
Shyamalan
involved
them from going to see this one. Okay.
When this one comes out, would they be like, oh, I don't want to see this shit?
That's possible.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, like, so I feel like it's got the potential to harm it. Will it? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I just hate that they did that. Obviously, I mean, someone actually tweeted about the fact that a lot of these, more indie films, even Immaculate, which came out of the same studio as this one will be coming out of, Cuckoo is coming out of, made a lot of money.
Yep.
And I just don't get why they moved that movie to that same weekend. It's like, oh no, y'all ain't about to get that shit. We about to take all of that. And it's not like 1 week later it was gonna, they could have just waited.
Yeah.
It's not like your movie's only gonna be in the movie theater for 1 week.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks for tuning in, Sam and Brandon. Our Life in Horror. They're tuning in.
Hey, thanks for tuning in.
But yeah, go ahead and finish up with that one.
Oh, so also with this article, they did, they with the announcement of moving Trap up a week, they announced some other dates too. And they're all untitled projects, but I'll just still read them to y'all because there's a couple interesting ones on there. So the first untitled project, and what is NL? Is that New Line?
Yes, New Line.
So there's an untitled New Line, Atomic Monster, and Blumhouse event film, which is going to open on April 17th next year. We got an untitled Warner Brothers event film that will debut March 26, 2027. Untitled Locksmith film, and they use the words unspool on July 23rd, 2027. And then there's a untitled Warner Brothers family sequel releasing December 17th, 2027. Now, that Atomic Monster Blumhouse event film coming out next 2026, April 17th.
It's gonna be that's gonna be the one that we're gonna talk about in a minute.
Oh, that's the next one?
Yes. I'm pretty sure when he tweeted about it, it said it's 4/17.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. So that just leads right to our next story then.
Yep.
So we're gonna dive into that one specifically, y'all. And this is all about Atomic Monster and Blumhouse teaming with New Line for a new movie from Evil Dead Rise's Lee Cronin with the release date of April 2026. And that was April 17th, I believe, 2026. Yep. Now, with this film, I'll bring up the notes here, y'all. It's the first collaborative effort, and the plot is being kept secret.
Yep.
So, like, shit,
we don't know nothing.
We don't got no details.
Nothing. Nada. But now, 3C Films, he tweeted that apparently Cronin at some point at time had expressed interest in doing a nightmare film. And apparently one of the articles referenced it's going to be a nightmare. And so he is theorizing that it's going to be a Nightmare on Elm Street.
Interesting.
That would be interesting.
Now,
but obviously that's all him putting those things together.
Now, of course, Atomic Monster and Blumhouse, the film's being co-financed by them. So that's James Wan and Jason Blum.
Yes.
They're going to be producers on this film. Now, and beyond that involvement, who knows exactly what that means. But here's what I will say, though. If some of those, theories can be proven true. And let's just say, what's his name? Lee Cronin is directing some sort of Nightmare on Elm Street film. Would it be like an offshoot or reboot? I don't know. But what I will say is, at least it would have the potential to be like real fucked up.
I think he did an exceptional job with Evil Dead Rise.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, and that movie
there were
crazy.
Some issues, but I think he did a really good job with it, So I actually wouldn't be mad at that.
If it applies the same concept that Evil Dead Rise did, right? Where it was like, you don't need any like real prior Evil Dead knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
For other people.
Like it was just like, it was almost like a spin-off movie. You know what I'm saying? If he takes that approach to Nightmare on Elm Street, that'd be kind of cool, because then you won't really piss people off. It's like, okay, hey, this is not a reboot. This is not like this is not part of the canon.
Yeah.
It's just we're about to go have a good time with Freddy Krueger.
I like that approach.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, now let's just get crazy with this shit.
Yeah.
We got all this modern day technology. Let's make it fucking weird. Let's get graphic. Evil Dead Rise was super graphic.
It was.
And let's just go crazy with it.
Like
you know what I'm saying? And maybe they can create some new iconic kills.
Go ahead.
We could take it all the way back to Nightmare on Elm Street 1 with, the bed scene and shit like that, where it's like, that is such an iconic,
good
kill moment.
Jay Lane said, based on the gore and horror of the Evil Dead Rise, I'd definitely be interested in his take on a Nightmare film.
Exactly. Like I think that's got the potential to just be crazy.
Yeah.
But I think the key is just make some offshoot shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we were on Low Bear and Beam's podcast the other day, talking about Jurassic Park, right? And they keep making all these fucking Jurassic World films. One of the things I brought up was just make like a spin-off movie, small and contained.
Yeah.
And just get real creepy, thrillerish with that. You could do that with Nightmare on Elm Street. Make a contained film. Some random shit that happened outside of canon while Freddy was doing his thing over here with these people. He happened to be fucking with these people over here.
Yeah.
Here's this random story over here.
I like
you know what I'm
that
saying?
idea.
Like,
I definitely.
Because he was just, he was on vacation and he was like, I'm about to fuck up some random people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got no involvement in ties. I'm just having fun with the shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that would be cool if they did something like that. But I would love to see them get real graphic and just crazy with this shit.
Yeah. But whatever he makes, I'm down for it. I think he did an exceptional job with the Evil Dead Rise. I still, to this day, remember, and like just randomly, when that damn title card comes up.
I'll tell you right now, Evil Dead Rise has one of the most fire title card reveals.
Here comes Mike.
I've seen in the movie.
What do you think Mike said?
He didn't like it?
I did not like Rise.
Wow.
But the aesthetic fits the darkness of the original Nightmare, so I'd be here for it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, damn, I could see somebody just saying Rise is okay. Like, I could see it because you don't get like a lot of story. It's just a fun movie, right?
Yeah.
You don't get like a whole lot of in-depth character shit. You just having like a wild ride, like a roller coaster, right?
Yeah.
So I could see if you were just like, oh, it's okay, but not to like it at all. It's crazy. Like, damn. I feel like Mike be taking it as a challenge to dislike some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that shit. They are trying to go against the grain. Like, I'm gonna just be the opposite or whatever.
Right.
Saying.
Mike is gonna be joining us next month for one of our news shows, and I think it's gonna be hilarious.
That would be it's gonna be fun. Like talking about different shit. You know what I'm saying? It's
gonna be so much.
And it'll be good. It'll be a good perspective, right?
It would.
Because now it's gonna be the opposite. He can give y'all the reason why you shouldn't do that shit. You know what I mean? Or vice versa.
Mike says, to be fair, he hates the Evil Dead franchise. The only one he likes is the 2013. But I'm not okay. I'm not.
That's fine.
I agree with that, Mike. Like, I'm not saying I hate it, but the 2013 one is the one I actually like the most.
Yeah, because that was more direct horror.
Yeah.
Evil Dead 1 and 2 and Army of Darkness, they're more of that, like, super like slapstick horror comedy.
Yeah.
Right? So like you have to like that is a very specific niche style.
It is.
And you gotta like that style. You know what I'm saying? And that style, it's heavy in those movies.
Yeah.
Like they put it on real heavy. and all of those movies. So you gotta like. So actually, cool with him not liking that.
Yeah,
that makes sense to me. That 2013 one from Fede Alvarez, that's one of the most fire remakes ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me personally, I actually think it's better than the original.
Yeah,
because
I agree with that.
It's just straight horror. It's still fucked up. Like, it's super dope. But yeah, no, that's cool with me. I have no issues with that dislike. That makes sense. But that's that old Sam Raimi shit. Like, I feel like so you got to find the balance between horror and comedy, and obviously that's heavy comedy. But if you look at something like Drag Me to Hell, I feel like it balances it a lot better. Good. And Drag Me to Hell is a super dope film.
It is. We actually got that on our Patreon or our YouTube membership. If you're interested, we have a conversation all about Drag Me to Hell.
Yeah, because that's such a fun movie.
Join us.
That movie is nasty too. Like, they do some nasty shit in that. But hey, look, to our viewers, let us know if you would be interested in Lee Cronin doing a Nightmare on Elm Street film. It doesn't have to be canon. Don't gotta be a reboot. What if he just did an offshoot?
Yeah.
Let us know what y'all think about that. And then if he's not doing Nightmare on Elm Street, what would you like to see him do? All right, let's jump into our next story, y'all, and it's all about a werewolf movie, y'all. So the title of the story: Frank Grillo horror thriller Werewolves, set for December U.S. release via Briarcliff and The Solution. Now, this film actually had a different title a while ago. We covered it a while ago. It was called Year 2, and we were always interested in this because of the premise.
It was on our list, I think.
Yeah, so let me read you the premise here for Werewolves, because it's actually super dope. And it reads: a horror thriller about a supermoon event that triggers a latent gene in every human on the planet, turning anyone who entered the moonlight into a werewolf for that one night. Chaos ensued, and close to 1 billion people died. Now, a year later, the supermoon is back.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
That's a weird, crazy-ass premise. I like the idea of, like, every human has this, like, gene in them that's been like sleep, and all of a sudden this like mega moon that happens once in a whatever like has appeared, and like now there's all these random werewolves. We have to figure out what to do. Now obviously with it coming back a year later, which is when this film takes place, I do wonder how that dynamic works. Almost feel like I'd rather see like the initial supermoon, because I feel like it almost be like a Quiet Place, day one, where it's like you watching humanity as they try to figure out what the fuck we're gonna do.
That probably would have been a lot harder to do.
Okay, but cost more and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I get why they probably decided to do that. Yeah. But I agree with you. Maybe if this one is successful, then we'll get a prequel.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I think that's true. Because that would be an awesome way to, just like you said with The Quiet Place. It works.
Yeah, because now they got all this money, and they're like, okay, we could do a big-ass budget, New York getting fucked up type prequel, and it works.
Oh, Mike said, give me anything werewolves, and I'll be sitting. Honestly, I actually didn't realize how lacking we are with werewolf content. Good werewolf content at that.
Yep.
And I actually do really like werewolf content, like movies about werewolves. That shit's fire. Like,
yeah, I agree 100%. We do need more werewolf
stuff,
and we need like some real good like serious horror drama ish type werewolf shit. Hopefully, the Wolfman from Lee Wannell that comes out. Yeah, because
unlike a lot of people, I really like the other Wolfman movie.
With what's his name? You talking about that one?
Yes.
That remake one.
Because I like period
2010.
pieces. So
yeah.
And I'm cheesy.
Yeah. Why am I blinking? What's that dude's name? From that one Wolfman
I
from
don't
2010.
Remember his name.
The remake. I might look it up. Benicio del Toro.
Yeah. That was a good movie to me.
Yeah, that's when he was.
I loved it.
I will kill all of you. You know what I'm saying? When they had him trapped down, and they were like, But anyway,
my favorite werewolf transition is Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And I recently,
well, obviously,
it's the same guy, and it was the same dude that directed American Werewolf in London.
Yeah,
which I didn't know that until recently. But yeah, that's why it's similar in nature to American Werewolf in London, which for me is like the most ultimate.
It's so good.
Werewolf transformation.
Oh, Jay Lane also liked the Wolfman one. Yes, that junk was good.
Yeah.
It was so good.
But now look, check this out, y'all.
Okay.
So for this Werewolves movie, right? and I got the image up on the screen because that actually is an image from the movie. So they are doing a lot of practical werewolf effects for this movie. The practical effects are being designed and built by Alec Gillis and Tom Woodruff Jr., who are known for the Alien and Predator series.
Ooh.
So they worked on
okay,
all the,
so that's gonna be perfect.
Prosthetics and all that shit. So practical werewolf effects. You see it in the image on the screen. That's gonna be dope.
It is gonna be dope.
Hopefully they did good lighting and stuff like that, and it comes off good. I'm hoping it doesn't come off like cheesy. Hope they just really pull it off really well and just make it real like weird and horror and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for this.
Me too.
It comes out in December?
Yep.
For the U.S. release.
I'm so ready for it.
It's a theatrical release too, which I thought was dope because I honestly felt
hope it's not limited.
Honestly felt like this was going to end up being a
release.
straight to streaming type of one, and I'm glad that it's going to get its chance in theaters.
Oh, Mike says he's hyped as well. Oh yeah, Thriller had him terrified too. That shit was scary.
Mm-hmm. But hey, look, y'all let us know if you're excited for this Werewolves movie. Are you also excited for the Wolfman movie from Lee Wannell coming out next year? I'm hyped for that one too.
I am.
That's got potential to be fire. They pushed it to January, I think.
Okay.
It's supposed to come out in October.
It was. Okay.
And I think they pushed that movie to January. Damn. So we're actually getting a werewolf movie back to back.
Back to back.
1 December, 1 January.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure it was January that movie got
January.
moved to. Yeah.
Because remember we were like, oh, it's not gonna be good.
Because they dumped it to January. I was like, oh shit, yo. You know what January means? That is the dumping ground for terrible horror movies. And it's been proven almost every year.
I know.
Night Swim, January.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? So I think.
Let's just fingers crossed.
What year?
But I like Lee Wannell.
Bye Bye Man. Well, I forgot what year that came out. Bye Bye Man.
Oh, Bye Bye Man.
That was a January film release too. That shit sucked. By the way, January is usually the dumping ground for terrible horror movies. But hopefully Wolfman will break that because Lee Wannell has made and worked on great shit. So we'll see.
You said the Baja Men.
Baja? No. Who let the dogs out?
Yeah.
Who let the dogs out?
I was like, what?
That was a big hit though.
It really was though.
When the party was the party was jumping.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But hey, look, let us know if y'all hyped for these werewolf movies that are coming out. It's dope that people are going to be using practical effects.
Yeah.
Because when you do practical effects right, it just hits different.
It does.
It hits way different. Let's jump into our next story, which is all about streaming platforms. And, this isn't directly horror, but it does relate because Tubi, which has a lot of horror content on it, Tubi is actually outperforming Disney Plus, Peacock, and Max right now. Mm-hmm. And this is, of course, talking about last month. And let me get into the numbers real quick. Hold on, let me pull it up. So let me just read from this article. According to the Los Angeles Times, Tubi had its most watched month ever in May with an average of 1 million viewers. That's more than Disney Plus had at 969,000 and a lot more than Peacock, Max, and Paramount Plus. Tubi also bested fast competitors Roku Channel and Pluto TV. Per the LA Times, YouTube is the only free ad-supported streaming platform with more viewers than Tubi. And just some more additional information. But the kinds of things Tubi's young audience, apparently the median age is 39, the youngest in television, watches does point back to traditional television. Viewers are reportedly enjoying Tubi's selection of classic and vintage network television series, as well as random one-season wonders that never found footing while airing. That's kind of crazy.
It is so crazy.
Because I feel like when Tubi was first like kicking around,
yeah.
like it was just this random trash ass platform.
Yeah, even
but it's really
had
evolved.
Some bias towards
I
Tubi.
did.
Because I'd be like, oh, it's on Tubi.
Like,
I don't want to watch that.
That's where they dump. That's the dumping ground for shitty ass movies. Is how I felt originally.
But people are taking advantage of the fact that it is free. Yeah. You don't even have to have a freaking account to watch anything on Tubi. You can just go on your TV and watch.
You know how crazy that is?
That is crazy.
And it always blows my mind every time we're like, oh, you're on Tubi. Yep. I'm like, all right, let's go to the app. and it hits me like, damn, you don't even need an account to click this shit.
You do not.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And the ads aren't too bad.
They're not. But also the fact of the matter is, like, a lot of these, like Disney, Peacock, and all that stuff, like, even Netflix, you start out one price and that shit keeps going up.
Yeah.
Every freaking year. It gets more and more expensive. And because there are things on this platform, nothing's in one place, right? People can't afford that shit.
No, they can't.
It's really crazy.
Yep.
Even, you don't even really think about it, just how expensive these streaming services cost.
Oh, yeah. If you were to get, like, because remember when streaming was starting, right? When you had the Netflixes and stuff initially, people were like, "Oh, we're cord cutters, fuck cable."
Yeah.
And they're getting these streaming platforms, but now there's so many different ones. If you were
might
to
as
get
well
all of
have
them,
cable.
you basically can't pay in the price of cable at
You
that
really,
point.
you really
You know
are.
what I'm saying? Like, so it's funny how we've come full circle.
Yeah.
At first it was like, oh, we're cord cutters. We just watch on Sling or we just watch on Netflix.
Oh,
Now
I
we're
forgot
back
about
to
Sling.
yeah. Hey, look, now we're back to like I can't afford all this shit.
You
know what I'm saying?
can't.
Like now I gotta pick one platform.
But
or you got
Tubi-
like the platform hoppers who they subscribe to this one this month. They cancel that because a new show's coming out over here. Now it's time to this one. Cancel that and there's a new show over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it turned into.
You really got to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tubi does. It's a really great model. Obviously, it's working for them.
Yeah.
Because people do sign up for stuff
They
like
do.
to be able to do like live TV or whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, they do have some really good like horror movies on there, like stuff that you haven't seen in forever or can't find anywhere else.
That's what's cool. They got a lot of like cult hits or underground hits like that are on Tubi. You can't find them
and
nowhere.
it's funny because I'll be like, someone will be like, whatever this movie is, I can't find it anywhere. I was like, did you check Tubi? Because I'm pretty sure it's probably gonna be up
Tubi.
there.
Yep.
And now they're making their own original content. Mike just brought that up. Yeah, there are some really good original films as well that Tubi are not. Is Low Lives is actually in our top so far. You haven't seen that one, but it's a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got 2 Tubi films so far ranked pretty high on our list of 2024 horror movies.
We watched that one. I did watch that one Tubi movie with you. What was that called?
Which one?
With the girl in the house with the billionaire dude. Wasn't that Tubi?
Oh, Invasive. Yeah, that was another Tubi one.
That was okay.
That was pretty decent.
I didn't hate it. I thought it was all right.
But yeah, he said 3 Tubi original movies I think are gonna be in my top 10 movies of the year for sure. Like they're killing it.
Yeah.
They have a lot of collaborations with platforms for people who are trying to make movies and stuff like that, especially for like queer and BIPOC communities.
I noticed they do, and you always send these to me. They do a lot of like, I'm gonna call them like competitions.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, enter to get your film made for Tubi and stuff like that. Submit your scripts or submit your ideas. Like, that's some cool shit. Like, it's really become this almost like indie / underground cult classics type of platform.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like it's cool.
And they found their demographic, like you mentioned, like that young audience of people who don't have cable and stuff like that, but still, and they're finding out about stuff. Even our 15-year-old, she talks to me about shows from like way back. She's like, "Have you seen this show?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that shit came out like 1998, whatever."
Watching
but
old
you're
random
finding this
shit.
stuff on Tubi.
Yeah.
King Nikki TV. Tubi has some great movies in there. I found so many of my faves, like 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, everything. Yeah, they literally got all kinds of stuff on there. Tubi, besides YouTube, is the best platform for found footage. Yes, they have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, good point.
I love that.
Yeah. No, this is we included this because it affects the horror industry.
Yeah.
So we want to just talk about the platform aspect.
I'm also noticing there are other streaming platforms being created that are modeling Tubi. Mike, I don't know if you guys, Kiniki too, I know you guys are on Twitter a lot, but there's another like streaming service. I can't think of the name of it right now. It's like Miami something. But they also have like a free streaming platform.
You don't need no account.
And it's very similar to Tubi. And I think people are noticing the success that they're having like that. And I'm also wondering how that's going to, if that is going to have any effect on the way other, streaming services operate.
That's interesting.
That's
very interesting. But hey, look, y'all let us know, to our viewers and listeners, let us know what are some of your favorite pieces of content on Tubi, whether, especially for horror, y'all, what horror movies and horror shows and stuff are y'all going back and viewing on Tubi? Drop that in the comments because we're always looking for more shit to watch.
Oh, yeah.
But just so y'all know, Tubi's out here killing it and outperforming some of these, big studio streaming platforms. And I'm sure it's all because you don't even need an account. You just click play. You got to survive a little ads.
You do got some ads, though.
You got to survive a little ads, and then hopefully your app don't crash.
But
because you don't got no account, they don't save
real.
your spot.
Let's be real. Amazon got ads.
Yeah, everything
Prime got
ads
now. Who else got ads?
Paramount
got ads.
Hey, look, Paramount Plus, your ads is bad. That shit was like 2 minutes and some change. No, that shit came out, I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck? Damn, that's a lot of ads. But yeah, y'all, Tubi out here killing it.
Yeah.
But with that, let's go ahead and jump into our last story that we wanted to talk about, y'all. And we have mentioned Smile earlier.
Is it the last one?
I think so, right? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a love story.
Sorry about that, y'all. I thought I had another one.
Yeah. So we talked about Smile earlier. Now we coming back to it because we got some Smile 2 rumors, kinda.
Well,
Nothing's been really
for the Smile
confirmed,
2 trailer rumors.
Trailer rumors, all right. Trailer rumors for Smile 2. So check this out. Let me read this to y'all. Billboards promoting a previously unheard of pop star named Sky Riley have popped up in LA and London. There's a Sky Riley fan account on Instagram, also an official website, and these promos come with the promise that the new single Blood on White Satin is set to be released on June 18th. The suspicion is that Sky Riley is the lead character, Naomi Scott.
She was
played
in
by
Aladdin.
Played by Naomi Scott of Aladdin, Charlie's Angels.
Okay, there.
In Smile 2. And that the first trailer for the film might be unveiled on June 18th. Now, Paramount has not confirmed that that this has anything to do with the movie.
But it's really weird.
But it's super weird. And considering we just talked about the Longlegs Marketing, Strangers Marketing, considering how people are trying to do this very like immersive marketing shit.
Yeah.
It's, it wouldn't be shocking that everything is true. But, the internet detectives and the internet sleuths have been going crazy over this shit.
The internet sleuths be on it.
Yeah. But yeah, so the trailer might be coming soon, y'all. We, obviously we just talked about, Smile and how much, how much I really liked it. And then Parker Finn also, Parker Finn worked on Smile too. And then he's going to go off and do, Possession remake. So it's just an exciting time for him. Like, hey, I think that's dope. Hopefully Smile 2 delivers. And hopefully whenever we get that trailer, that the trailer delivers, because you can fuck up a trailer.
You can.
So I'm hoping that this trailer just gets people really hyped for this movie.
The premise of this one was she unintentionally, passes the...
It was something like that.
At a concert. I can't remember. I have to look up the actual premise of it, but I just thought that was super interesting, and I'm wondering how she got it.
And for our viewers, here's a picture of the billboards where it says "Sky is limitless."
She loves Smile.
Album out soon.
Join the club with AJ over there.
I love Smile, man. Smile is so dope. Okay, here we go. I think this might say it too. It reads.
Okay.
Talking about Smile 2 here, y'all.
Yeah.
It says, directed by Parker Finn, Smile 2 continues the story of a horrific curse passed on from person to person through a simple smile. Here we go. The first trailer, which was shown behind closed doors, is said to show Scott's pop star being confronted by a sinister-looking man who breaks into her dressing room and smiles at her.
Oh, okay. So I was wondering, how did she get it? Okay, this is the one where they showed the trailer at Comic-Con?
Is that this one?
Maybe that's what that is.
It's probably what that is behind closed doors then.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's how the pop star ends up getting it. Now, I'm sure they might do something creative where she ends up like blasting it over the internet or at a concert or something.
Well, I think it's at a concert, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, that's where she gets it, but I'm saying like, will they do a thing where she kills herself on stage and passes it on or something?
Must be crazy.
They can get real crazy with this.
Well, and that's the case, and then all the people get infected with it, and then they go disperse. And they go
super viral.
And then, basically that's what happens.
Takes over the world. An apocalyptic event.
They should be doing that shit on like streaming and shit. Yeah. Like TikTok.
Oh, you know what would be crazy? That shit would end up like... It almost end up like some fucking Bird Box shit where like it's an apocalyptic event, right? And now you gotta start blindfolding yourself because like I can't watch somebody else kill themselves or else I'm gonna get it. Like it could get real weird and real crazy.
Oh my god.
But hopefully, what people are speculating is true, y'all. Hopefully we'll get this trailer in a few days. I'm super hyped for Smile 2 and.
But what's the release window for this? Marketing is genius, right? Like. This person has a website. There's an Instagram.
For the artists.
Yes, the artists. They're actually dropping music on like Spotify and Apple, like an album.
Is it good music?
I don't know. But I mean that one video is like a clip of the song.
It's like a music video, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So like I mean they go the extra mile. They're going the extra mile with that.
And I'm trying to remember if Smile 2 had a release date.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. My bad. It is...
What's the release date for Smile 2?
June
No.
Oh, sorry.
For the movie.
Oh, October 18th.
October 18th.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's gonna be one of the spooky month, marathon watches. Is hitting the theater and watch Smile 2. Man, I hope that movie is so good because I love Smile 1. But hey, look, y'all. Are y'all excited for Smile 2? What do y'all think about this? This viral marketing technique. Do y'all like this style of viral marketing?
Super cool.
I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if some people are kind of getting tired of it. Whatever the case may be, but
it's like, well, what else can you do?
Yeah.
You can't just give out.
Just drop a trailer and then that'd be it.
You know what I'm saying?
I think there's definitely a way to make it interesting, make it creepy. It'd be crazy if they put out this album and maybe like the last track is like, some weird clip of her like
she can't do that.
Like encountering the person that
oh yeah,
got her involved or whatever. They could even do it where like she goes on her Instagram account in our world and like vlog some weird shit.
That would be really cool.
There's some weird shit. This man has broken into my room. You know what I'm saying? Like, that'd be some crazy viral marketing. Like that's how you do it, right?
Like I said, he loves the interactive viral marketing campaigns.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool.
I think it is cool.
Yeah.
Like for example, when the Strangers did the one, that we talked about, where they had like the Ring camera
that was
feed
cool.
going on the porch and stuff like that.
Yep.
I mean, that stuff is fun. People enjoy that kind of stuff. Like it kind of feels like you're part of the world that they've created.
Yeah.
100%. Jalen, I'm excited. I like Smile a lot, and then I saw it again with a friend who was not a big fan in it, and I was disappointed in her.
That's how it be like that sometimes. That's how I feel about Kristie. I'm like, damn, how you not like Smile like that?
Like I said,
shit was fire.
I'll watch it again. Kyle Garner coming back. Okay, now.
Kyle Garner is coming back.
Me and Sam, we're here when it comes to Kyle Garner.
Yeah. I don't get it, but yeah. I don't get that shit. Yep. Anyway.
He got a new film coming out.
What's that shit called?
I forgot.
I know what you're talking about though.
Okay. Well, yeah. Let me look it up if I can find it. But go ahead and go to the update.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, y'all, that was our last big news story. So we're just gonna jump into just some like random updates.
Strange Darling. That's what it's called. I think this was at a festival already because some people said they liked it. So
it probably was. I feel like a lot of these films be at festivals like super early sometimes.
But go ahead.
Yeah, so let's get into like just some random tidbits and like
Screen
updates.
King for sure.
So one of the things we've watched two things in the past day that we wanted to bring up, just to shoot the shit, like just chop it up at the end of this news discussion. So the first thing we watched was last night. We watched Exuma, which is a Korean horror film. Now I saw about half of it because I was asleep.
My boo was tired.
I was tired.
He had a long day at work.
Long week.
But it's good.
Yeah.
Like I was so totally sucked in. It was so funny the way they do this movie. Y'all gotta watch this if you haven't already. I'll
tell you right now.
I think it's on Shudder, right?
No,
or was it Netflix?
Shudder? No, well, it was on because we have
Shudder.
Shudder.
On Shudder.
We have Shudder through Prime, so
yeah,
sometimes
it's Shudder. It's Shudder.
I feel like I be getting mixed up if it's Shudder or AMC Plus.
Yeah, it's Shudder for sure. It's Shudder. It's on Shudder. It was so good. Like it's about these stuff I've never even heard of.
They're like,
one person's like a shaman, and then two of them are shamans, and then one is a geomancer.
Yep.
And so they're
almost like supernatural investigators / cleansers. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the vibe that they gave me.
Right. So I feel like the cultural stuff was super cool. Like seeing them do like these rituals and stuff like that. But they're called into this family home because this baby that they just recently had is basically haunted. So they're trying to cleanse the family. That's basically what the premise of is. And then they stumble upon some other stuff. Yeah,
and then it like evolves into something way bigger.
It's funny because we were like halfway through the movie, right? But we thought we were at the end. We were like,
like
how much time is left in this movie?
I was like,
it seemed like it's been solved.
Yeah, we hit the halfway point. I was like,
that was about crazy. Too fast.
Yeah, because I was like, there's no way it's over. And we're halfway done.
Right, but it was good.
But yeah, it really is.
Yeah, he went to sleep. But
it is a good movie. So, like, don't take me going to sleep as it's not good. Because I was tired as hell, y'all. But from what I saw, right, because basically what happened is I'd go to sleep for a little bit. I'd come back and I'd be like, what happened? And I catch back up. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, damn. And then I'm watching for a little bit. Then I go back to sleep and I come back up. You know what I'm saying? But from all the little bits and pieces I
Yeah.
saw, I was able to like piece together the story and shit. I saw enough of the main points.
Yeah.
The movie was dope.
It was good.
Like the concept is really good.
It is. And it has some really good like effects and like
yeah,
scares.
they were. Yeah. It was creepy. There was
super creepy.
creative on some of the shots, on some of the scares.
Mm-hmm.
I just think the idea of it was cool. These like supernatural, like investigative team that work together to cleanse shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
the
good.
concept was cool in it. You know, so I'm not sure if it is if the idea of what these people do is like a Korean
real
cultural thing. I don't know if it's real or not.
Mm.
But the way they present it is as if it is. And it was just really cool to see. You know,
It was.
I'm a big fan of seeing like foreign cultural stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's one of the reasons why I really like Disappear Completely early in the year. We got to see like, the Mexican culture, like witches and stuff like that, which I thought was just super dope. So anytime a foreign film is able to like feature something that is inherently, interesting, like from their culture, you know what I'm saying, and present it to us in a way we can digest it and just see something new and like, oh, that's interesting, you know what I mean? Like that's how it felt. It was just a really cool concept.
Mm-hmm.
And it plays into some like historical shit too. I thought was cool.
Yes. As a matter of fact, one of the reviews I read on there, they're like, oh, you kind of need to know like the history of
Korean
Japan
War
and
shit
Korea,
like
because I was kind of confused at some points, because I
Mhm.
was like, I even said to you, I was like, I don't really remember my history when it comes to this particular component, but I mean, I feel like they make it pretty clear, like what happened.
I mean, yeah,
like,
you don't
you're not like,
you don't need a history
you're
lesson
not,
to
you don't need a
understand the
history
movie.
lesson, but it is.
Yeah.
You can get an understanding of clearly what
They got
happened.
history.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, but it was a cool movie, y'all. Y'all got to check this one out. This will definitely be one that I think will top people's lists.
I think so.
And it's
up there with
scares,
me.
it's
Thought it was
creativeness,
pretty good.
it's visuals, the music, all that
Yeah,
shit.
me
Is really good. Now the other thing we wanted to bring up that we started watching today, we've only watched the first episode, but it's Joko Anwar's Nightmares and Dreams, which is
Daydreams.
Daydreams. Sorry, yeah, Nightmares and Daydreams, and it's like a horror anthology series, kind of in the vein of like a Cabinet of Curiosities, like that style,
Mm-hmm.
Black Mirror, like those types of shows. And I think is each episode a different director. I'm not really sure about that.
I'm pretty sure.
But we watched the first episode, and it was amazing.
It was so good.
The writing was super good. Now this is a foreign show, so I gotta suck
Joko
that shit up
Anwar
and watch it
is
sub.
Indonesian.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure when we talked about Netflix funding these films, I'm pretty sure they were all Indonesian films.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was really good.
Man, the performances in that first episode, the writing of it, the creativeness, the creepiness, it was just incredible. Like man, so you get so much. It was probably like an hour long episode, probably somewhere around there.
About that.
And it's so much story and so much emotion. And it just shocked me by how good it was.
There's one scene in this first episode.
Anxiety inducing.
I got up. I was like,
yeah, you was like walking around the house like
I
can't
behind
look.
the couch.
I can't look. Yeah.
It was intense.
It was.
And we were eating because usually say, sit down, we're gonna eat and let's throw this Netflix movie on. I just walk away because there's no way I can eat and watch this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I can only imagine like what the other ones are gonna be like if this the first out the gate episode, because usually when there's like an anthology type series, I feel like they put their better ones like usually in the middle or
save the best for last
to the
sometimes.
end.
Yep.
And so if this out the gate, I'm like, what's coming up next?
Now it could go the other way, right? Where it's
but I very rarely see that.
Can anything else live up to this? But you're right. Typically they do order them in a way where it's like a rhythm of like, you never feel like you're watching like a bunch of bad ones back to back. They kind of like sprinkle it out so you can always get a good feel. But you always got to start on a good note and end on a really good note, and then kind of like go on an ebb and flow in between.
And if you're not familiar with Joko Anwar, he did Satan's Slaves, which is like highly rated.
Yep.
So I should have expected going in this was gonna be good, but I already know.
Yeah, we definitely gonna have to try to binge this one and watch it some more. But
because I do want to.
We would do like a whole review of the series. But yeah, that's it for the main updates we wanted to make. Yeah. Now I do want to comment because we keep talking about it every time we do a live show. We haven't done it yet.
Evil.
Yep, we always talk about we gonna talk about Evil, but we've never done it yet. And I'm telling y'all, we're gonna get to it at some point. It's just been
so much going on.
It's hard. I'm telling y'all, it's hard to fit it in sometimes.
Yeah.
But we haven't watched the 4th episode yet. But we have been enjoying the series. Or this season. And in the last episode, we won't get into spoilers, but they finally actually like communicated.
They did.
And we was like, oh shit, they are finally talking about this shit. They finally talked about
But it's because it's the last damn season and we ain't getting no more. So it's like,
right.
We finally got to bring these people together.
Right. Yep. So our plan right now is to, because I'll have some days off this week with Juneteenth and whatnot.
Juneteenth.
Hey, shout out Juneteenth, y'all. And shout out to them making it a federal holiday. Obviously for the good reasons, but also because now I get the day off. just keeping it a buck. But so our plan is to watch the 4th episode and then sometime this coming week.
Yes. Do a recap.
Do like a
review.
How we feel about it so far with the season so far. Because I think there's like 11 or 12 episodes or something like that. So we're like at the quarter to halfway point. So I think it'd be a good time to be like, okay, episodes 1 through 4, how we feeling about the season so far? Where can it go? That sort of thing. So be on the lookout for that this week. And we'll try to get that out.
Speaking of Juneteenth, we do have a special episode on our podcast that'll be a conversation that we did with Taman all about Black horror.
Yeah, that's Taman from Scream Kings.
Yes, yes, Taman from the Scream Kings. So definitely look out for that. If you're not watching Interview with the Vampire, you definitely should. Not enough people are watching this show, and it's it's really sad.
I thought a lot of people watched the first season.
They probably did, but this
season they haven't returned.
I don't know what's going on.
Really?
But I know a lot of people are not getting their eyes on this show.
I'm surprised.
Now, with this last episode, a lot of people have been talking, and I'm hoping that'll garner some attention and more people will start to watch it, because it is top tier performances in this freaking show. Top tier aesthetics, top tier everything. Storytelling is just great. It's an amazing show. I know there's probably some things in there people might not want to see. And I assume that might be what it is that's hindering people from watching it.
Okay.
But it's still good, and I'm a stand for it. So check it out if you haven't already.
That's crazy. All right. Well, anything else you want to
add?
That's
for me.
That's it. Hey, I don't really got nothing else to add. Like shit. There was all the Summer Game Fest stuff that happened over the course of last weekend. That was a lot of cool shit. I don't know. There wasn't like a whole lot of horror games.
No, and I
we
think
talked about it on our
last week. Yeah. That's it.
But yeah, no, that's it, y'all. Hey, look, thanks for y'all tuning in. If you tuned in live, I appreciate you, hanging out with us and
thank you, Mike.
Giving us more things to talk about. Yep.
Thank you, Corey, for listening in. I know you're driving. Thank you, King Nikki TV. Everybody, did I miss anybody? I'm scrolling. Oh, Tyrone and Jaleesa, shout out to you guys. Kel Sweetie, shout out to you. And I think Josh, thanks so much for listening and tuning in and watching. And I think I got everybody that was live. If you didn't comment, I don't see you. So thank you anyways if you're just watching.
Just tuning in, just lurking. Hey, we appreciate you too. But hey, look, and to our replay watchers, if you're listening on Spotify and Apple and the podcast version, thanks to y'all too for tuning in.
You are appreciated.
Yep, you are greatly appreciated. As always, y'all hit the like button, add more comments, share it, and make sure y'all subscribe so we can keep talking about all the great horror shit that's happening for this year. We got a halfway point. It's been a dope year, I think, so far for horror, and I think it's only going to get better, y'all. We got more shit coming, and of course, you're going to keep getting updates from us.
Absolutely.
So we'll be here again next weekend to talk about the horror news, but we'll actually do it on Sunday morning this time. So be subscribed and tuned in and ready for that. Again, thank y'all so much. We'll see you on the next one. We out. Peace.